cuties. Today, we're beginning a really big project. This is going to be episode 1. I am really sick, so please ignore my flushed face and probable hallucinatory ramblings. Because I have a very bad fever right now, but this is the only day we've got this. I have taken off of work. It is Halloween. That's as much effort as I could put into Halloween. And I still have 2 books to finish on my TBR, but the one that this video is going to be about is for a project that you might have heard me talk about before, which I have tentatively titled, it may change by the time this video comes out, Is This Book Good? Or Are You People Just Horny? And I don't want anyone to think that I am shaming you for your taste in books, because that's not what this is. What it is I see a lot of very hyped books out there that people will be like, oh, this is a great fantasy or a great sci-fi or etc genre, when it's borderline erotica and I'm tired of being lied to. You know, if you don't know, I am asexual. If you don't know what that means, I just don't experience sexual attraction. However, I am not aromantic, which is the person who does not experience any romantic attraction. I do experience that. I love me some romance. And so that's why we're going into this, because I love a good romance book. I don't love straight up erotica though, okay? Not a fan of it. So we are beginning this with some of the most hyped books, and one of them ended up on the October TBR. I was going to read it separately, but it fell that way. That's how the cards fell. And we are starting with The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This one I have heard so much about. People rave about it. They rave about Ali Hazelwood's writing so much. And so we're going to find out if it's actually a quality contemporary. I know it's a romance, so I expect romance, but is it just overflowing with smut? Unnecessary smut. I will say one of the criterion of my evaluations, my rubric, if you will be, is the smut necessary? Or is the smut purposeful, I will say. Because a lot of times smut never really is necessary in my book. Fade to blacks are totally fine. But when it does go into it, was there a purpose behind the smut, or was it smut for smut's sake? Again, not a problem if that is what you enjoy. I'm evaluating this for me and then showcasing it on the internet in case anyone also kind of feels the same way as I do, especially in terms of like book talk hyped books, because that's where I find this problem really prevalent. We have a plethora of other books on the list in the queue for this project. It will be an ongoing thing that I will just be doing as a new series on the side. If you have a book you would like me to evaluate though, feel free to put them in the description. Chances are I may already have it in the list for it, but I might not. So I do know the major book talk ones. Banning already though, I will not be reading any Sarah J. Maas or any Colleen Hoover. Those are blacklisted authors for me. I don't care what you read. I mean, I'll let her a little bit, but I don't care if they're your authors that you like. I've blacklisted them for my own personal reasons, and my Discord's going off. Anyway, I have the audiobook for this, and I have been gone from my apartment for a while, and the amount of time I've been here has just been to accumulate more mess. I've really been in my apartment like a few hours in total the last few weeks. And so my apartment is an absolute disaster zone, and we're going to deep clean, not deep clean, but we're gonna clean while we listen to The Love Hypothesis. It will take me roughly 6 hours to read because it is a 12-hour audiobook. Thankfully it just dropped because I thought I would have to scramble read this physically, but it just dropped like 2 days ago. I was really worried about this one. We also have to read Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. I was supposed to take a cozy reading day, which is kind of what I'm doing with being sick and taking off a day of work. However, it is also 2 p.m. now because I spent the morning finishing 2 other books that I was in the middle of. So today is a 4-book day. Oh, my voice is, you can kind of hear the sickness in my voice there. Cool, cool, cool. This I don't anticipate taking me too long to read because of all the things in it. And there's, I don't know how many pages. It's not even 300 pages long. It's like 240. So I anticipate being able to read that. But here's we go. So the things I will be judging and critiquing on this, for the most of all, is like, is there a plot? That's question number 1. Is there plot? Question number 2, is there character growth? Which I'm hoping for all of these, because those are my 2 important things in reading, is plot and character growth. That's what I like. World building too, but this is a contemporary, so it doesn't necessarily need the extent of world building I will be judging when I get to things like Fourth Wing. And again, is the smut necessary? Is it purposeful? Did it make me very uncomfortable? Things I will not be judging it on, especially with these, because I know this is like, I think the series title is like the STEM series or something, because it's all about women in STEM. I will not be judging on the accuracy of the science, because I am not a science. I will not be judging on necessarily the accuracy of the smut either, because I am ace, and I don't have a valid opinion in that at all. I'll leave that to you guys. I am just judging whether or not that scene, those scenes, if there are multiple, I'm assuming there are multiple, if those are necessary to the story, or if they are there just for the sake of smut. That's what we're evaluating on. Cool. Does everyone understand the assignment? I don't want to anger anyone, especially with the title, but I feel like people who don't watch the video will just see the title and yell at me for it. And, you know, that's on them. But that's what I'm doing. We're just exploring the world of overly hyped book talk. Do they deserve the hype? I guess that's another critique I'm doing. Does this deserve the hype? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna try to be harsh, because I do have a tendency for some things to smooth over or glaze over on certain things when we're gonna be a little bit more in depth. I'm gonna attempt to be more in depth. So anyway, I also have this lovely spinner wheel going here. This is basically telling me what I'm going to be cleaning first, because I have so much, and also when I can take a horror store break. There's a few entries of that. So let's spin. I did the Halloween one because it's Halloween. Except we're not doing horror store first. That's a break. We're not breaking yet, so we have to spin again. If it gives me a horror store again. How many times is it going to give us horror store right in the beginning? Oh my god. Okay, no, we're good. My desk. Okay. My desk is a bit of a wee mess here. So we're cleaning the desk first, and then we will spin that again, but we will start listening to the love hypothesis. Woo! Alright, my desk is clean. Yay! Except I just found one piece of trash that I missed. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, desk is clean. We are about an hour in. So I've been cleaning for like half an hour. Jesus, already. That's how long it took to clean my desk. Anyway, so far, very standard contemporary right now. Aside from like the STEM stuff, but formulaic wise, very standard. We have our sort of meet cute in the very beginning that of course our protagonist does not remember, but of course our love interest does. And the awkward moment, I do like, hi, you want to come say hi? I like that we have girl code, strong girl code. Because the basis for this, like, story is that Olive randomly kisses whoever's nearest, and it happens to be our main our main love interest guy, obviously, because she wants to encourage her friend to date her kind of ex. Like, she was sort of dating this other guy, but it wasn't anything serious, and that him and her best friend like hit it off. But her best friend is girl code, will not date, off the table. And I love that recognition of it. I do think it would have been smarter for Olive to just be like, it's cool, not into him. But apparently the friend needed a bit more pushing into that situation. So overall, right now, we actually have a strong start. I did notice immediately the small tall thing, which is a criticism I've heard about Ali Hazelwood, is that all of her protagonists are very tiny women, petite women, who it is constantly referenced. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a tiny petite protagonist, but there is a constant reminder that she is so small and he is so tall. So we've already hit a couple of the I am so small things, and a couple times of he is so tall. And that's within the first hour of the book. So that's already like, okay, I see this critique here, but it's fine. Everyone keeps calling Adam an asshole. We haven't actually seen anything of it. It's all hearsay at this point. Like, he's the guy on campus who shuts down other grant projects and stuff. And obviously there's going to be a lot more to that, but he's already been like so nice. I mean, at the beginning, like, yes, he was very clearly sexually assaulted by her, and is like, well, I guess I'm filing this. And so he actually took the right path to like someone just grabbing you and kissing you. So there is that aspect of this, but for him to, like, he knows who we are, he listens to her to understand the situation, even though she really, I do like that she's like, yes, go file the complaint, I am so sorry, that was on me. That's also, I like the recognition of, you done messed up on the consent aspect of this. So I do like that aspect so far. I also forgot to mention in the beginning of this video, I do know that this is Kylo Ren and Rey fanfiction. This is Reylo fanfiction turned novel, which I'm not going to shit on anyone for really doing that, because I think fanfiction is a really good way to hone one's craft. I am a little perturbed that they just like changed the names and published the fanfiction. I don't know how much editing this underwent though to fully critique that. I think fanfiction is a great tool, but I also don't necessarily think you should just change the names and that, because it still feels a little bit plagiaristic at that point, because you did not birth these characters yourself. You used a frame of someone else's characters and just put them into a world. Like, obviously this is not a sci-fi where it is Rey and Kylo Ren. It is these other characters, but I'm still a little put off by the concept of it. That it already, like, it kind of already can't be a 5-star for me based on that alone. But it's still so far enjoyable. But we're done cleaning my desk, which means we gotta spin the wheel, and I can remove that. So we're gonna find out what I'm cleaning next. Who'd have thunk you're getting a cleaning vlog and reading vlog. Oh. No, okay, I am gonna take a horror store break. So, in order to do that, we're gonna come over here, get the dice out. Let's see, we got a 10. The camera won't focus. Is that a 12? And is that a 6? That is a 6. So, 28. So we're gonna take a 28-minute break to start off reading Horror Store. I guess before we horror store break, someone demanded a bath. So, I guess we're doing this first. Happy? She's so demanding. Don't look at how dirty my vanity is. I told you, I've been running around for 2 weeks not being able to do anything. Hello, we have completed our horror store break, as well as Where are you at? Mambo. I hear you. What are you doing? Hi. Are you laughing? Okay, anyway, she had a bath. And we are about 40 pages into Horror Store. It's fun so far. But we need to spin our wheel again and keep moving on with this vlog. Don't give me that again. Okay. So, dresser. My clothes dresser and closet are a nightmare, so that's what we're gonna move to sort through next, which is good. I would prefer to have cleaned the kitchen because I do need to cook dinner tonight, but hopefully we'll get kitchen after dresser. Because then we're gonna make some Japanese curry because it's cold. And that's my comfort food. Okay, let's go. I have to take a quick moment here because I got through a part here where they're laying down the ground rules for their fake dating stuff. And Olive at one point talks about how she thought she was she could have been asexual, and then talks about how, oh, it's like only the possibility of experiencing sexual attraction is like with getting to know someone for after a while, which is demisexual. But we didn't use the term, and I think that would have been a great opportunity to be like, that's what this is called, and I think that's probably what I am. Instead of glossing it over and saying, oh, well then she's just regularly straight. That is a missed opportunity, I think. Anyway, I'm almost done with my dresser. Continuing forward. The dresser is no longer exploding. Ignore the laundry. That's a different piece of pie on the spinner wheel, okay? And I don't want to hear any judgment about how messy my apartment is, okay? I have been gone, there have been funerals, there has been conventions, I have been working. It's been a lot, okay? Also, depression does not help motivate to clean sometimes. So I don't want to hear anybody yelling at me, especially you, Mom. Mom, I cleaned it. It's nice and organized. I'd show you, but I don't want to show the internet my underwear. Okay, cool. I do have a few random socks without matches. I'm assuming it's somewhere in here. Oh well, cool. And we did do a little bit of a purge with that. I will eventually be doing a full closet purge, but that's a different pie slice. The dresser was this pie slice. Although I guess I should make the closet, and I don't actually have it as a pie slice right now. But maybe I should. No, we'll save it for we got other cleaning to do. The closet can keep on closeting. Cool, let's go spin again. All right, let's see. Ooh. My vanity, cool. So we're gonna move on to this nightmare. The reason this is a nightmare is because I did 4 days in a row of putting makeup on, which I don't do a lot. And so I kind of just throw things. And these are like all the washcloths that I used to clean my face. So those go in there now. All right, we're gonna clean this. Woo! Don't forget about this, baby. That's from first round create-a-thon, although one of my flowers has fallen off of it. But it's still there. Ha! All right, well, the vanity is clean. Let's go spin a wheel. So where we're at now, we have started the full fake dating. They're getting to know each other. You know, fine. And immediately, I mean, I didn't totally guess it this way, but the professor that she's trying to get access to his lab in the beginning of the book for her own pancreatic cancer research, which I'm already going, yeah, okay, Mom has died from this, clearly, and that's her area of study. I knew he was going to be in some way a thwart to the plot. I don't know exactly how thwarty he will be, but he's another hot dude, so guess where I'm going with that. But he's also the bestie of Adam, the guy she is fake dating. So that, somewhat predictable. Not a problem with it being predictable. Again, people need to stop being, ooh, it's predictable, and thinking that's a negative thing. If you predicted it, that means the writer has done a good job leading you to that. I didn't know if he would be like another love interest, which we still don't know about that. We just know that he's fun and charming and also very pretty. But or he was going to be like, oh, he's a relative of Adam, and he's a big pompous jerk that Adam will then negotiate on her behalf or something in a big gesture moment. You know, romantic comedy predictability, like trope, not predictability, but the tropes of romantic comedy. I do like the addressing of, hey, we're doing a trope in the book. That's fun. I had a hard time with him saying, what's a trope? Like, I think most people know the word trope. I mean, especially adults and a smart one who's like a professor with a PhD and stuff. I feel like he would at least know the basic concept of a trope. Whatever. Cool. So that's where we're at right now. See what we're doing next. Not that the camera wants to focus. Okay. Okay, cool. We're just gonna continue in that area with the rest of the bathroom. Oh, not that you could see that, but it's bathroom. Woo! Now the rest of my bathroom is not actually a mess. I'm just gonna do my basic clean the toilet, clean up some stuff here, you know, sweep and stuff. So this will take me a whole like 5 minutes. Cool. All right, I have a small insult here. They're going to this lecture, and Adam stands up to give her a seat, and she feels bad about it because he's, you know, he's like 30, so he probably has a bum knee. How dare! Oh, he's like, he's on the verge of osteoporosis. Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm 36. Wow, Olive, that's just rude as hell. Right, Mambo? I agree. It's rude as hell. I'm almost done with my bathroom now. All right, my bathroom is clean. We have now gotten to, we're 27% done. So we have 8 hours and 40 minutes, which is really, I have 4 hours and 20 minutes, 420 baby, of listening left. It is currently 4:46 p.m. This is gonna be tight to finish both of these books, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna start cooking now, which means I actually have to start cleaning as well if I'm going to make Japanese curry, because I am getting hungry and I wanna make my curry now. So that's what we're doing instead of spinning the wheel again. So let's make some curry. Okay, I've cleaned up a bit. We're gonna start cooking. If you've ever wanted to know the basics of Japanese curry, meat of your choosing, we have literally chopped stir-fried beef because it was on sale. Onion, carrots. I'm cheating and using baby carrots. Potatoes, because we're gonna boil them, mash them, and stick them in a stew. I have 2 different kinds here because I like variety. Basically, cook everything in a big pot. And then, this stuff. This is the correct curry to use, y'all. It's the best one. I don't make the rules, but I also do. If you dare make it with golden curry, don't tell me, because I'll lose my mind, because I think golden curry sucks. But boil everything. Well, you fry these, caramelize these a bit, boil these, and get them good and soft. I also like to put in, this is the standard, right? That's the standard. I add bell peppers in mine because I like bell peppers. Boil all that until these guys are squishier. Then put this in, break these into little cubes, and you have yourself curry. The correct way of eating curry as well is to throw some cheese on it. But don't forget fukujinsuke. These are like 7 different pickly vegetables, and they're amazing, and add a little crunch to it. It's good. That's your recipe. I'm going to continue to listen now. Bye. All right, we've got bubbling. I always manage to waif overfill my pot. But we've just gotten to, we've announced our ages, and now I'm uncomfortable. There's an 8-year age gap, which is pushing it for me. Like, I think it's fine. He's obviously not a groomer, right? Because she's the one who's kind of roped him into this. But I don't like age gaps. I really don't. I'm usually like 5 or 6 is fine. 7 or 8 pushes it for me. But that's where we're at. I don't like that she feels guilty for calling him out. I'm hoping there will be a bigger conversation about his delivery and critique, because his whole stance is like, well, if they can't handle it, they're not meant for this field, when like criticizing other people's work. And it's like, oh, it's the thing in like editing, especially in book editing, since that's what I'm in, where people the editors will just give you all the negative things without kind of what I call the sandwich method, where you do it either way, but you tell them, hey, like, we need to fix this, but I did really like this part. And it helps to encourage, it's not like babying them, but it helps encourage people. Because if you only pound them with the negative stuff, that's one surefire way to get someone to really feel like, I'm not meant for this, everyone hates my work, I'm worthless, imposter syndrome galore, and just feeling like an absolute failure. And as someone who has depression and anxiety and stuff, I really hate when that's the only feedback I get, because it does really make me feel like I'm worthless and I'm shit, and therefore should always stop because everyone else clearly thinks that I'm a terrible writer. So in this case, in academia, I think that is a pretty prevalent problem, where everyone thinks that you have to have the thickest of skin, and I don't think that's how we should really communicate as human beings. I think we should offer constructive critique while also being encouraging. So I hope there is character growth for him on that level. Otherwise, I'm still enjoying it. We have yet to get to any smut, which is very nice so far. I know it's going to happen, obviously. So right now, this is passing my test. We'll see about the other ones, though. Hello everyone, it is now 8 o'clock. We had to take a break. I've been listening while I ate dinner, and then Lena came over and we had to watch the finale of Our Flag Means Death. You understand. We are continuing forward and seeing how things go, but it's gonna be quite a push to finish both of these tonight, I will say. And the temperature's rising. Great stuff. Cool. All right. Anyway, continuing forward, I can't quite clean my bedroom anymore. So I think I'm just going to end up starting to clean up over here because Mambo is now asleep. So that might be a tomorrow thing. But granted, the bedroom's not that bad because I did the dresser and that was really the worst part of the bedroom. This is the nightmare area. So we're going to start with the nightmare time over here and continue forward. Okay, we just got back into it. I just started cleaning, and one of the first lines is Olive panicking about giving a public speech because she has stage fright, and her advisor's like, what do I always tell you? And she goes through a few things, and it's walk with the confidence of a mediocre white man. I'm just like, okay, that was a good line. That was a good one. Okay, back to cleaning this nightmare. Called it. Called it. Called it. I called it. Sleazebag. Hey! The other character, the thwart. Sleazebag. It hasn't even happened yet. Called it. Okay, so it's been very cute. We have now reached the smut. However, I've paused it before the smut starts happening, as my battery immediately dies. I will say, it does a trope that's very annoying to me. And that is a woman being approached by a sleazeball man and then not telling anyone. I just hate the reasoning. Because if it were me now, and I realize this is not like what I was in the past because of things happening like this and having the fear of speaking up about it, I'm frustrated that she's not telling him. Because if one of your friends did that, and I'm very upset about it because of a very personal situation that happened in my family that could have saved a lot of people's emotions, money, and just time, if someone had just said, hey, this asshole over here just hit on me, FYI, not a good dude. If people had done that, we wouldn't have suffered the long game of their treachery, and that's what's happening here in this, so it's a little bit too close to home here. And I'm like, just freaking use your words. That's kind of the overall vibe. Use your goddamn words, and nobody will. So, anyway, here we go, getting into the smut portion of this. Wish me luck. Okay, we've gotten through the smut scene here. I'm very ace for this. But, again, we did mention again how she's not like other people and how she doesn't experience the attraction. And I'm like, just say demisexual. Just say the term. Because, like, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like labels. But labels, when put in books like this, help other people figure themselves out. I didn't know I was ace for a very long time until it came across like a Tumblr feed and I went, oh, that makes sense. And then reading other books, especially the book like Loveless by Alice Oseman, gave me so much more peace with myself to see that represented and to have a name for it. So just freaking say the thing. I like how Adam is, and he is like, we can stop at any time. And he kept asking her, not like, do you consent? Like, a lot of people joke about consent that way, but like, is this okay? And waiting for confirmation on stuff. So that was good. I don't like that one of the things was brought up because he did mention you're in love with someone else, which she's not because she lied about that. She didn't really confirm it, and she also thinks he's in love with someone else, but she didn't mention anything about that either. Like, use your goddamn words. And then move on to the smut part. So they still have done this, even though they both kind of believe they're in love with someone. I don't understand it. I don't get it. The weird thing is, I just learned now that the smut scene is over and it's like they're done or whatever. And she's mentioning how weird it is that she kept her socks on. And like, yeah, that is weird. That's a weird thing. Okay, anyway, continuing forward. Okay, I had to take a moment here. I have about literally like 45 minutes left of actual listening time. We went through the stage of, I can't tell him anything and I have to break up with him because I love him so much trope. Just use your goddamn words. But we have gotten the reveal of Sleazeball McGee, and I really did like Adam's response to it. So that was pretty darn good. Yeah, and so yeah, there's just been really the one-ish smut scene so far. And then, you know, I mean, I didn't enjoy listening to a lot of it because I do think sometimes in adult contemporary romances, they just want to go in so much detail, and I don't think it's necessary. I'm more into romances that showcase the small moments, and this one does, I will say. The forehead touches, the bringing of the granola bar covered in chocolate, because he hates chocolate, but she likes chocolate. Those little moments are what make a romance more believable to me, and so I am glad that there is a really good balance for that in this so far. But I just wanted to bring that here. I'm doing a lot of computer stuff right now because I can't really clean anything else until tomorrow because everything else is clean out here. No more garbage everywhere. Okay, cool. So 45 minutes to go. Let's do it. We have finished. I didn't realize this would have a bonus chapter in it, and this is where I'm going to go with I don't think that was necessary because it was just the smut scene from his POV. I get why readers like that kind of stuff. I found it unnecessary. Overall, this book surprised me because I'm gonna admit, I went in with very low expectations because anytime a book is super hyped, I'm a little worried about it. But I actually thought the writing was pretty good. There were a lot of tropes, very standard contemporary romance tropes. I'm not mad about them because I enjoy those tropes. Some of them, not all of them. But overall, I would say to this book, use your goddamn words and let one of them be demisexual. Because we talk about it a lot, but they don't say the word. And maybe Allie Hazelwood just didn't know the word yet. But it felt like she was writing it very clearly that this is what it is. That we could have said it. We could have said the thing. I know that, you know, this is Reylo fanfiction turned into full novel, which does still make me mildly uncomfortable. But overall, the only thing that's really Reylo about it is the design of how they look and the fact that the main guy's name is Adam, which is, you know, Adam Driver, who plays Kylo Ren. That's the rest, and the kind of, I wouldn't say the Grumpy Sunshine isn't really Kylo Ren and Rey, but he's definitely got the more grumpy demeanor of a Kylo Ren. I wouldn't say that she was a very Rey type of character. Rey is a lot more confident in herself. Not that I finished watching the entirety of the new sequels, because I didn't. I literally walked out of the theater in the third one, because I didn't like it. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this book a pass. This one, I'm actually glad that episode 1 is one that, hey, it has plot and it has character growth. And the smut is minimum. Totally necessary? No, but I'm very ace and I can also understand why people would really like that scene and also would like it from this, the opposite POV. But yes, it has plot. It's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be. I think I will end up giving this one 4 stars, which is a fairly average rating from me, but 4 stars means you're good, but not an ultimate favorite. So, good job, Allie Hazelwood. I will continue to read your stuff. You're not banned from me. Cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed episode 1 of this new series. I do intend to continue forward with it, especially in the coming new year. A lot more of these episodes. If you have a book that is very uber hyped up that you want me to review in this series, just put it in the comments below. I have quite a few of them already in my shelves. In the shelves over there. So chances are I may already have the book, but I'll also then know which ones you guys want me to read next. Most. I can do words. It's very late and I'm still very sick. So I need to go and finish reading Horror Store and then go to bed before midnight, which I really have 40 minutes to read this book. So, but it's not a big book and I've already read some of it, so we'll see if we can. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. Hey, wet bird. What are you doing, wet bird? You're so wet. Who's so wet? Yeah. Very wet. Also, are you allowed to be up there, ma'am? No, you're not allowed to be up there. Come on, step up. No, step up. Thank you. You can be up here. That's fine. What a brat.